A boy is riding his bicycle when suddenly a black van stops in front of him. The man inside grabs him and forces him inside. He is the kidnapper who has spread fear across the city. In the same city lives a boy named Finny. His life is already full of pain. His mother is dead, and his father is a drunk who mistreats his children. Every day, Finny and his sister suffer under his cruelty. School is no relief either. Bullies torment Finny, leaving him helpless. Only one boy comes to his side, driving the bullies away. That boy then says he is weak in math and asks Finny to teach him. Finny agrees, and the two become friends, but this happiness is short-lived. Soon, two police officers arrive at Finny's school. They are investigating the missing boy, the same one who was kidnapped on the bicycle. They question Finny's sister because she strangely knows the kidnapper had black balloons. Shocked, the officers ask how she knows, was she there? But the truth is darker, she saw it in her dream. And her dreams always come true. When their father finds out she told this to the police, instead of protecting her, he beats her and screams at her. Home, which should be safe, is nothing but fear and suffering. She tells I saw it in my dream. But when her father hears, he mocks her. So now you've started dreaming like your mother. Remember, dreams never come true. And from now on, you will keep your mouth shut. Don't you dare tell anyone about your dreams. Finny and his sister feel crushed. Their father's cruelty is endless, he never protects them, only hurts them. They live in fear inside their own home. Meanwhile, Finny's new friend, the one who once saved him from the bullies, meets a tragic fate. A black van appears before him, and the kidnapper strikes. The boy is dragged away, leaving no one at school to defend Finny anymore. With his protector gone, the bullies return. They beat him and humiliate him while no one steps in to help. But just when things look darkest, Finny's sister appears. She fights back and saves him from the bullies, refusing to let him suffer alone. After everything, Finny's sister tells him, "Go home. I'm staying at my friend's house tonight." She leaves, and Finny walks home alone. The streets are quiet, but something feels wrong. As he turns a corner, his heart sinks. Parked right in front of him is the black van, the same van that has stolen children from the city. A man is crouched beside it, pretending to gather things from under the vehicle. The stranger looks up and speaks softly, "Hey, could you help me for a second?" Innocent and unaware, Finny steps closer. The man distracts him, then suddenly pulls out a bunch of black balloons from the van. In that instant, Finny realizes the truth, this is the kidnapper. Before he can escape, the man grabs him and drags him inside the van. The balloons fill his vision, his strength slips away, and he faints. When Finny wakes up, terror surrounds him. He is inside a dark, cold basement. The walls are thick, the doors sealed. He understands quickly, this place is soundproof. No matter how loud he screams, nobody will ever hear him. Then, heavy footsteps echo. The kidnapper appears, his face hidden behind a horrible mask. The mask is not just to cover his identity, it's a symbol of fear itself. He steps closer, and Finny realizes his nightmare has only just begun. The man in the mask finally talks. "They call me the grabber," he says quietly. "Don't be scared. I won't hurt you." Then he locks the door and leaves. Finny looks around the basement. It's cold, empty, and silent. There's just a broken toilet, a small window high up, and an old black phone on the wall. But the phone doesn't even work, the wire is cut. Finny feels hopeless. How can I ever get out of here, he thinks. Suddenly, the phone rings. He freezes. That shouldn't be possible. The phone is broken. How can anyone be calling? He reaches for it, but just then, the grabber comes back. The man looks at the phone and says, "Sometimes it rings, but no one is there." Then he leaves again. A moment later, the phone rings once more. This time Finny answers. A voice speaks on the other end, "It's the boy we saw at the beginning, the one who was kidnapped on his bike." But it's not really him anymore, it's his spirit. The voice tells Finny, "There's a loose tile on the floor." Pull it up and dig. You can make a tunnel and escape. Finny listens. He starts digging, hiding the dirt in the toilet so the grabber won't notice. That same night, his sister has another dream. She sees the grabber, and her brother trapped in the basement. The dream feels so real that she knows something bad is about to happen. Grabber brings food for Finny and, strangely, leaves the basement door unlocked. For a moment, Finny thinks this could be his chance to escape. But just as he is about to climb the stairs, the black phone rings again. The sound freezes him in place. He answers, and it's the voice of another boy, one of his old schoolmates who was also kidnapped and killed by the grabber. This boy's soul warns Finny not to go upstairs. The grabber leaves the door open on purpose, the ghost explains. He wants you to walk up so he can catch you and kill you. The boy also tells Finny, I hid a rope here. Use it to climb to the window and call for help. Finny finds the rope, but when he tries, it's useless. He can't reach the window no matter how hard he tries. Meanwhile, his sister Gwen has another powerful dream. She sees the grabber wearing his terrible mask, and she sees Finny trapped. She tells her father about it, begging him to believe her. This time, her father, worried for his missing son, decides to help her. Together, they try to search for Finny. At the same time, two officers investigating the string of kidnappings visit a man's house. The man lives with his brother, and the police suspect him. He tells them he also doubts the kidnapper is nearby, but insists he isn't guilty. The officers leave. The cruel twist is that Finny is locked in the basement of that very house. The man they questioned has no idea his own brother, the grabber, is the kidnapper, and he doesn't even know a basement exists under his home. Back inside, the grabber brings Finny food again. Tell me your name, he says, and I'll let you go. Finny, terrified, lies and gives him a fake name. The grabber gets furious. He throws the food down and slams a newspaper in front of Finny, an article about Finny's own kidnapping, with his real name printed clearly. Enraged, the grabber storms out. Moments later, Finny sees another boy's ghost, and the phone rings again. The spirit tells him, the grabber hasn't killed you yet because you haven't played his game. This is your chance to escape. He's sleeping right now. My bike's number is the code for the lock, I scratched it on the wall. Finny carefully tries the code at the door. For a moment, it works, but just as he starts to escape, the grabber wakes up. His dog begins barking, and the grabber catches Finny again, dragging him back inside and locking him up. Hopeless, Finny receives yet another call. This spirit warns him, if you don't escape within a day, he'll kill you. Your only chance is to break through the wall. Behind it is a freezer, you can crawl through. Finny follows the advice. He smashes through the wall and climbs inside the freezer, but finds himself trapped again. The door is locked from the outside. He feels defeated. His strength fades, and he believes he will die like the others. But then the phone rings one more time. This time it's the voice of his friend, the same boy who once protected him from bullies at school. His spirit tells Finny, don't give up. Take the dirt you dug and pack it into the phone's receiver. You can use it as a weapon. Meanwhile, Gwen is out in the rain, riding her bike, trying to find the grabber's house. Her dreams guide her through the streets. Suddenly, she sees the ghosts of the 5 boys who were killed by the grabber. Shocked and terrified, she falls off her bike. But when she lifts her head, she sees it, the exact house from her dreams. Shaking, she calls the officers and tells them everything. Now, at last, someone knows where Finny is being held. The grabber's brother eventually grows suspicious. He searches the house and, to his shock, discovers a hidden basement. When he goes down, he's stunned to see Finny alive. Just as he's about to help him escape, the grabber appears. Without hesitation, he kills his own brother to protect his secret. Now Finny is alone again, trapped with the killer. The grabber ties his vicious dog at the exit to block the way and prepares to kill Finny himself. Terrified, Finny runs around the basement, trying to stay out of his reach. But when the grabber charges at him, he falls straight into the pit that Finny had secretly dug earlier. This is Finny's moment. Using the black phone's cord, he wraps it around the grabber's neck and strangles him until he is finally dead. But Finny still can't leave. The dog is guarding the door, growling and blocking the way. Thinking quickly, Finny throws a piece of meat to distract it. The animal takes the bait and moves aside. With that, Finny unlocks the door, he remembers the code, and steps outside. At the same time, Gwen arrives with the police. The officers rush into the house she pointed out, but instead of Finny, they find the buried bodies of all the boys the grabber had killed. Then the awful truth is revealed: the grabber owned 2 houses, he hid the dead bodies in one, and kept his prisoners in the other. That's why the police hadn't been able to find Finny until now. When Finny finally steps out, he's met by flashing lights and rows of police cars. The nightmare is over. His sister runs to him, relieved, and their father, broken with guilt, apologizes to both his children, promising to never hurt them again. Later, Finny returns to school. Everyone stares at him. He's no longer the shy, fearful boy they once knew. After surviving the grabber and killing him, Finny has changed.